Hi guys, Woody here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another rebuild. This one has a slight twist in it, which we'll get to in a minute. But before that, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, if you could consider doing that and hitting that bell notification, it would mean a lot to me. Also hit that like button, lets me know that you're enjoying these videos and pushes them out to more people. And let me know in the comments if there's any teams who you would like to see being rebuilt. Now, gone for Newcastle here. You're probably all thinking, yeah, Newcastle do need a rebuild because they're in a massive state at the moment. But it's easy. They've got 200 million to spend. Just nice squad overhaul, and job done. Yes. If you haven't guessed from the thumbnail that this is director of football, so all transfers, everything is out of my hands regarding players, buying, selling, contracts, youth players, all that gone. All out of my hands and given to a director of football. But I thought it would be boring if we just got in a really good director of football. So, if we can find him, we'll just, yeah, okay. Here's my director of football, Sean Harding. Yes, 2 for judging player ability, 2 for judging player potential, and 2 for negotiating. He's adaptable though, and he has 11 for a level of discipline. He is quite possibly the worst director of football in the game at the moment, and luckily he's not a real person, which is excellent. So yeah, I've signed the worst director of football in the world to basically manage the transfers at Newcastle for the next 5 years. Hopefully I don't get sacked. Let's go and have a look at who he has bought in. So these are 2 transfers that didn't go through. Jesus Corona, yeah, not bad. Henrik Mkhitaryan, he likes signing old players. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. So he has bought in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players and not sold any. Joel Linton went out on loan. He's the only sort of first teamer who did. He put in 7 and didn't sell any, and Newcastle are like, their whole squad is full of players over like 21, so none of them, so all of them have to be registered, so some players weren't registered. But anyway, let's go and have a look. First one he's obviously bought in is João Moutinho. We all know him, plays for Wolves, but he's 34. He's going to get 1, maybe 2 years out of him. Diego Carlos from Sevilla. Not bad, not a bad choice. Centre back, we do need improving in that position, and he is pretty decent. 28, he's probably the best signing I think he's made so far. Now, old Harding, these signings obviously are pretty easy for him. He's not very good at signing young players. He reckons this guy, Abrel Kutsamuka, is a good prospect for the future. And when he comes through in the board, give you that A to E rating, they gave him a D. So he's potential 3 stars, probably only 2. Strange signing there. Then he spunked £51 million on Oscar, the former Chelsea man. So not a bad signing, but 51 million probably could have been spent better elsewhere. But that's what happens. I'm not in charge of it, so I just have to try and squeeze them all in. Allen, another young player here, 1.5 stars at the moment, with a potential of probably 1.5, maybe 2 at a push. So once again, not a good youth signing. Felipe from Atletico Madrid. Once again, it's not a bad signing, but he's 32. You know, could the 20 million, 19.5 million spent on him been spent elsewhere? We will see. Who knows? But and the last one is Dominik Livakovic, goalkeeper. He just literally seems to be hard-coded to sign to Newcastle in this game, I think. So a good signing, 26, relatively cheap. So him and Diego Carlos are the best signings that he has made so far out of 7, I think. João Moutinho, not too bad at 5 million, but once again, 1-2 seasons. Felipe, 20 million, way too much. And Oscar, surely we could have spent 51 million elsewhere. The finances, we've still got 60 million in the bank, and we still are under the wage budget. But this is the other thing. We're first in the Premier League. So I obviously had to go through the transfer window because I wanted to see what he was going to do. So I just instant resolved these games. We beat Southampton 2-1 on the opening day. Callum Wilson bagging a double. Then we spanked Chelsea 5-2. Callum Wilson a hat-trick. I do know Callum Wilson is a bit of a cheat code in this, apparently, but fully rotated squad for Sheffield Wednesday, who just nudged past on penalties. And then once again, spanked West Ham 5-1. So we're first in the Premier League with a goal difference of 8. If we, season preview had us, don't think it was 6. Surely shot up after that. Anyway, we scored 12 goals and let in 4. So, interesting. Callum Wilson already has 6 goals in 3 games. And Oscar has 4 assists. So, yeah, I don't... It's very, very strange. Oh, the Southampton, West Ham, maybe beating Chelsea. I've gone for my Chronicles of Ren for my Journeyman save. Check that out if you haven't. It's the same one there, so it seems to be going pretty good. I may have stumbled on a quite good tactic with this. Tweaked it every now and then, so it's looking pretty good. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and... I've tried to improve this stuff. It's very difficult. Side note. So I'm obviously going to go ahead and simulate this season. I'm probably going to have to come back in the transfer window to see what other kind of business he does. But it's going to be interesting with his 2, 2, and 2s. But should be good. Strap yourselves in for what could be a wild ride. Alright, back at the end of the first season and not too shabby in the league. We finished 6th after that great start. Disappointing FA Cup. 3rd round by Aston Villa and 3rd round Carabao Cup by Liverpool. Liverpool? Oh, too much there. Performance-wise, 50%. Let's have a quick look here. League position. So obviously we were doing great guns after those first few games. Massive drop-off. And then we sort of picked ourselves up, dropped off again. When was that? February time. And then picked ourselves back up to just pip it. What appears to be on the last day, and goal difference ahead of Leeds, and 1 point ahead of Wolves actually, but great goal difference here, 77 goals for, which is actually 3rd best in the league. The against though 50, middle of the range, so not too bad there. Let's go and have a look. Our transfers, there was a few in January. I didn't come back for them because I just thought whatever. There was Fabian Schär left. I think my head's in the way. 1.2. Jeff Hendrick 4.5, and a couple of loans left there as well. The players in though, the director of football brought in 4 players. Rick Karsdorp from Roma for right back, the Dutch right back. Oh my god, right back. Words, sentences. He's actually quite good. I rate him. He's great physically and good mentals as well. 12 games, average 7.09. So he'll be a good addition. One that the director of football has done well on. Dan Jekrix. Now, Belgian, young, and his 5-star potential. So he has done a good bit of business. If you remember, his other couple of ones here weren't that good. But he has got him from free and 2.2. So, okay, not too bad. I'm sure he's in the under 18s at the moment. Mamadou Camara from Troyes. Once again, I mean, 2, 3-star potential and 1.5 stars at the moment. Not sure he's a good player. And last but not least, that all jumped around a bit. Fidel O'Rourke from Liverpool on a free. This guy's even worse. So, yeah, very strange with the youth. He's got 1 youth right so far, which is a little bit... Speaking of youth, let's go and have a look at those youth candidates. Oh god, it doesn't look like it was a very good crop. This guy, he's very bad. Antonius Joseph, box-to-box midfielder. He doesn't look too bad. You know, I mean, he's 2.5 stars though. So a crap youth intake, that's great. Let's quick look at John Hook, I guess. Striker. No pace on him. Jasper Hamilton, defender, is fit. And Benedict Thomas, the Antiguan and Barbadan striker as well. It's quick, pace, Not too bad, but disappointing there. So hopefully my director of football didn't let really good ones go, but I don't think so with top talents and youth talents. So hasn't made any transfers at the moment. Let's go have a quick look at the schedule because we're conscious of the time as ever on these videos. So we don't need really new FA Cup and League Cup because they were quite abysmal. But the league, let's have a look. Obviously, with that great start, smashing goals, and then we didn't win a game in September. Obviously, tough Arsenal, City, Liverpool, who all finished above us. Then a really good October. Draw to Norwich, probably not that great. Decent November, lost to Tottenham, sure. December was a little bit patchy. Should be probably beating Wolves and Everton and Southampton, but then solid wins there. All right, the Man United draw was a plus, I guess. Then absolutely abysmal. 5 games without a win. West Ham, Chelsea, Arsenal in January. Palace, City and Liverpool. So quite a tough run there, but you should probably back it. West Ham and Palace, there would be games to take points from. But then we went on a massive non-losing streak before we lost to Manchester United and then drew with Brentford and lost to Leeds and then finally beat Brighton on the final day. So not too bad. Always do that. Let's have a look at the Premier League. Top scorer, Callum Wilson with 32 goals. Have heard he's a bit of a cheat code in this and wow. He definitely proved it with 32 league goals. That is impressive. Won the Golden Boot. João Montinho, 13 assists there. He was pretty good there as well. And Callum Wilson, 8th player of the matches. So pretty decent there all in all. Not too bad. Let's go and have a quick look at the season review quickly. Already 5 minutes of this, but we'll shoot through this. New arrivals, this will be quite interesting here. So, signing of the are they grading me? Okay, João Martinho C, Carlos C, Carlos C, Felipe C plus, Livakovic C plus, Oscar C plus, and Joe Willock nothing because I didn't really bring him in. Transfers out. Okay, interesting. Season's results, obviously C plus for the board. I think that's a bit harsh considering. I mean, they do actually wanted. The board expectation was to qualify for the Europa League. I'm pretty sure it's top half, so that's a D and that's an E because, I mean, they were crap, really, weren't they? But can't complain too much. Biggest win, we beat Brighton 7-3. How'd I miss that one? 5-2 over Chelsea, let's remember, and Alan St. Maximin with the goal of the season. Still 3.5 stars there, no new sponsorship, and this doesn't really mean much because we haven't done too much last year. Oscar Wilson, Montinho, St. Maximin, and Joe Willock. How we lined up, looking good. Callum Wilson's going to be a good one. I wonder if he'll go. I wonder if he'll stay. Imagine for August, the only month that I actually played. Club awards, Callum Wilson, Jamal Lewis, St. Maximin, Callum Wilson, Montinho. Yep. Competition awards, Callum Wilson, Golden Boot. 32 goals though. That's incredible from Callum Wilson. So looking pretty good there. Squad wise, we know that Callum Wilson 32 goals, 16. Oh, Jolinton wasn't up here. 11% Maximin, 10 for Martinho, and assists 13 for João Martinho, Oscar 12, 8 for Ryan Fraser, and 7 for Callum Wilson. Average rating wise, Wilson, Martinho, Rick Karsdorp, Emil Kraft, Diego Carlos, above a 7. So he's actually wanted by Real Madrid. So be wondering if we can Sheffield United. I doubt he's going there. Be wondering if we can keep him. And I wonder if a lot of these players who weren't getting game time here, Shelby, Kean Clark, Lascelles, Longstaff, Matt Ritchie, Dwight Gale, I wonder if they'll stay. I wonder if my director of football will push them off, push them along, push them off, whatever. We'll find out, and I'll come back for the beginning of season 2 and see what my poor director of football has done. See you in a bit. Alright guys, back beginning of season 2, and my director of football has gone a little bit crazy. As you can see already, we've got James Ward-Prowse in. Obviously, what a great player he's come in. So finances wise, let's check that out. We had 87 million, we got 15 million in the banks. Wage budget still under there. We're on course for FFP for the Premier League, and a failure away for one, but I'm sure they'll probably just buy the way out of that. Anyway, it's the transfers that we're interested about. Transfer history. So we'll jump to last year. So we got in James Ward-Prowse for £54 million. So he's a great player. That natural fitness, stamina, corners, free kicks, all 20s, top player. Players out, mind you. Jamal Lewis went on loan to Leeds, which is a little bit annoying, and we'll find out why in a minute. And then we move over to the rest of the season. The players out, the big money movers, a lot of loans there. Joel Linton, 6.5. John Joe Shelby, 3.4. Freddie Woodman to Tottenham. Kieran Clark to Mallorca. Free, couple of loans here. Just all really fringe players. Players in. He signed Hugo Lloris, which I thought was weird because we have what's his name? Dominic Livakovic? Got his name already. Yes. Dominic Livakovic, yes. So I thought that was a bit of a weird transfer. Now we have two good first choice keepers. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. You're the worst director of football ever. I accept it. He then brought in Jeremy Samitu. It's a young winger who's probably not going to be very good. Just cannot get young players right. Angelo Capello, free transfer. Once again. I don't know what he's thinking. Mere Demirel, good signing. This is a good signing along with James Ward-Prowse. Great centre back, brilliant. He's the best centre back in the club, which is excellent. And Ivan Jamie from Famalicão, attacking midfielder, left winger, great. 21-year-old Spaniard, looks pretty good. 4.5 star potential. And I thought, yeah, excellent, good. There's some three good signings there, two really dodgy ones. We've got no left back though. We have got no left back, which is Jamal Lewis going to Leeds because he's a left back, and then Paul Dummett leaving on a free. Best left back, but still better than what we have at the moment, which is nothing. Absolutely nothing there. Competitions wise, we've started pretty good. We've been drawing the Europa League with Sporting, Bromby, and Besiktas, so bit of a tough group there, and Ipswich in the first round of the Carabao Cup. We'll just quickly go over the board want. You might be able to see it because of my head, but they want quarterfinal Europa League minimum, Premier League top half, and quarterfinal of both the cups. So they do want a bit. I'm just no, okay, we can't do anything there. Few upgrades to staff, nothing really important there. Tactics, we're still sticking with my Carlos Revenge one. I've just been instant resolving the last few games while the window shuts, and we'll go through them quickly. So we started off with a 5-3 win against Burnley. Interesting. Drew 1-1 with Leicester, who were top of the table. Drew 2-2 with Norwich, and I was a little bit panicky at this point. Callum Wilson saving our blushes there. But then we beat Tottenham 2-0. So that was looking pretty good at home. We sit third in the Premier League, which is excellent. 2 wins, 2 draws. Obviously undefeated at the moment. Leeds at the top. Weirdly, Man City. That's profile. This is probably it. Managed by Jurgen Klopp. Now, in a twist of fate, managing Liverpool is... Surprise, surprise, where are they? Where's Liverpool? The 12th. They're managed by Pep Guardiola. Weird. Anyway, yeah, so as I was saying, we've got no left backs. We are playing Manquillo here at the moment. Javi Manquillo, but he's a right back. He's okay right back. He's not. So yeah, he's literally our only left back in the squad. We do not have anyone else who can play left back, which is... I mean, I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, I do know what he's thinking because he's not very good at his job. So that's where we sit for the moment. Can we hopefully get through the year? Top half, quarterfinal of the Europa League and quarterfinals of both the cups. It's going to be tough. I feel like our midfield is overloaded, but obviously, once again, I have zero say in this kind of thing. And he loves a goalkeeper too. Got 5 goalkeepers on the books here. Mark Gillespie is out on loan, mind you. Midfielders, yeah, we're pretty stacked in the midfield spot. James Ward-Prowse has been injured too, hasn't even played a game yet. But anyway, I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Hopefully, nothing drastic has happened in January. We also only have really Callum Wilson up front because Dwight Gale wants to leave. So we probably left back and a striker would have been good, mate. But anyway, oh well. We're back. Bit of a runner-up in the Carabao Cup is good. That, I mean, it could have been a win. 11th in the league is disappointing. Quarterfinal Europa League is not bad. Third round in the FA Cups against Reading is awful. I'm going to put this down to potentially having to cope with European football as well and not having a left back. or a backup striker for Callum Wilson. 16 goals in the league. He's dipping. He's no longer that 32 goal marksman he was last year, but that is pretty pretty disappointing. 14 wins, 17 losses. 55 scored is not enough, and 68 against is pretty poor. Second worst in the league, so that is really disappointing. And also probably blame Hugo Lloris there. I should have put Livakovic in goal instead, so that was shocking. Pulled themselves back into fourth, and then we were in that Europa League spot, and we were looking really good in seventh, and then absolute plummet of form, so that was abysmal. Finances were 18 million. Maybe that hasn't quite ticked over yet. Next season budget was 70 million. See what my director of football can do with that. Probably not buy me a left back. We've got to see that a little bit gutted, I think. Actually, you know what? We're going to make a board request on increasing the youth level. Yep, and we're going to do it. Sweet. Transfers wise, oh God, oh my God. We're getting Arturo Vidal. Another midfielder, 36-year-old midfielder at that. So that's great. He can join another retirement history midfield. We didn't bring anyone in January. I say that we brought in a few players. Once again, he's my director of football. He's brought in this guy, Pablo Santana Soares. He's not good. Taylor Jones on a free from Cardiff. Once again, I mean, he's not very good. And Imani Barker, free transfer in February. Once again, I mean, 1.5 star, at a pinch 2-star potential. Anyone went out in January? Yeah, once again, it was not much. Jacob Murphy, a couple of loans there. So nothing really, but he's bringing. And I forgot this. I was so just taken aback by getting a 36-year-old midfielder in Vidal that I didn't see that we are signing a 19-year-old from Barcelona who can play all over the front, up front. Fabian Luzzi. Is he any good? Okay, wow. Right, he may have got one right. 2 stars at the moment. Potential 5-star. This is the best youth player that he has actually signed. Still a few years off the mark, but that is not too bad. Let's go and have a look at the schedule, see how we went. Let's do the Europa League first. So Sporting, Besiktas, Bromby, we look pretty damn. We beat Bromby 9-0. Callum Wilson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals. What? And then we smacked them 4-0 again. So they were the whipping boys of the group. We were really good in that group. Must have topped that group. We did. We went through, then we beat Ajax 3-0, and then just kind of petered out against Villarreal. That's a little bit disappointing, to be honest. But, wow, Callum Wilson, how many goals did he score in the Europa League? 10. 5 in one game. 31 years old, though. He is getting on. We're going to need a new striker next year. The EFL Cup, Carabao Cup. Ipswich, Everton, West Ham, Arsenal. Pretty tough run there once we got past Ipswich, and then we lost 4-2 to Arsenal in the final. That is Chelsea. Sorry, not Arsenal. Chelsea. Romelu Lukaku with a hat-trick. Matt Ritchie getting sent off. So that's disappointing. We're not even going to look at the FA Cup because that was just one game against Reading that we lost in extra time, and we're still looking at it anyway. Premier League. So we started off pretty good. 4 games without losing. Then we went 3 games without winning. Then we won every game in October. West Ham, Chelsea. A couple of games here, like Fulham, we should be winning that. We should be beating Norwich. Probably should be beating West Ham. Liverpool, yeah. Chelsea, yep. We had a pretty good January, actually. Undefeated in January. Wow. What an absolute poor finish to the season. It's 4 wins out of how many games? Can we even? Do we know how many games that is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Out of 18 games, we picked up, what's that? 12, 13 points. Far out. See, that not loss to Norwich shouldn't be a loss. Sheffield United, Bournemouth, West Ham, Villa. It's a tough run there, but oh my god, absolutely abysmal. Not abysmal. No wonder there was a giant drop off. That's poor. That's really, really poor. What else we got here? Club vision. That we'll have a quick look at the season review before we. I don't want to spend too long on this. Wow. C plus, C. Hugo Lloris C. Ivan Jamie an F. Yeah, he was pretty poor. Hugo Lloris, I let the assistant manager pick the goalkeeper, and he's picked Lloris, which I really, really shouldn't have done. That was my bad. My bad. So Premier League, we get C minus. Only achieved mid-table. That's what they wanted, though. So, can you give me a C minus? Surely that's a C. Europa League, C minus? What? They only reached the quarterfinal. I thought that's what they wanted. D and C plus. Wow. So actually, I'm lucky to keep my job here. I think lucky to keep my job. Callum Wilson 30 goals, but not enough in the league. Did we get any competition awards? Adidas European Golden Shoe. Callum Wilson. There you go. Look at that. Carl's Drop. Carl's Dorp. Always got to say Carl's Drop. Carl's Dorp. Willock, young player, goal assistant champion with Prowse. Yeah, cool, right. I'll talk to the players. Do you know what I really would be good? I don't think you can. I'll have to have a sticky beak around because I know you can speak to your director of football here. Suggest transfer targets. No, he's just going to suggest some. Which I could suggest some to Mr. Sean Harding because we're like, mate, we need a left back and a right back. No, just a left back and a striker. Anyway, guys, I will see you at the beginning of the season. See what other crazy transfers this man has cooked up. And we're back for the start of the season. It's quite funny. I actually just literally did this whole video, but didn't press record. So now I'm doing it again, and it will never be as good. Anyway, we are back. The transfer window has just slammed shut, as transfer windows are wont to do. They never close gently or eased shut. They always slam shut. Finances wise, just under 3 million left. So who cares about that? But what we're here for is the transfers. Transfer history. Now the big one on the way out. Sorry, last year. Where are we? I got a bit distracted there. We sold Dominic Livakovic. Where is he? Yeah, there is. 7 million Southampton. He was unhappy, wanted to go. Obviously, they signed him, said you're a good player, a star player, whatever, and then bought in Lloris. So we lost 4 million on him. The worst part was that literally 2 days later, my director of football goes in and tries to sign Raul Patricio, that guy, who's now at Roma. He's also at 35. I'm like, what are you doing? Anyway, that fell through. So, a lot of signings, 145 million. Which is great. Jamal Lewis was another one out going to Leeds because we actually bought a left back. Hey, anyway, let's have a look. 64 million, Alessandro Martinez from Ajax. Can play in defence, which is good. Our defence was a little bit ropey last year, and he can play at left back. So that is nice that we've got left back cover there. Joe Ling is a young player who is not going to be that good, unfortunately. Fabian Luzzi. Showed you this guy last time. He is now actually rated slightly worse than he was, so it could only be 2.5 stars. So there's me thinking my director of football has got a good young player in, and the jury's still out. You saw Vidal. Philip Max, 47 million from PSV has come in. Not bad. Can play left wing back at a pinch on the right. Good. Like it. Finally got a left back in. We needed one last year. Didn't get it. Samuel is another young player. Tin isn't. Tin is a Croatian right back or centre back. Once again, shoring up the defence and will be good cover right back for old Carl's Dorp. Good stuff there. These are just 3 young players who will never make the grade because he's not that good. And then on deadline day, we bought in Peter Olyinka from Slavia Prague, Czech Republic, where I am in my journeyman save. Check that out. Although by the time this video comes out, I'm probably not there anymore. can play on the left and on the right and up front when Callum Wilson is really tired. So quite happy with that. Probably could have done with an actual better striker, but beggars can't be choosers. Our friendlies were a bit of a mixed bag. We drew with PSV, lost the final, drew with Bordeaux, 6-5 against the Gunners. That was weird. First day of the season, we lost 3-1 to Manchester United. Callum Wilson obviously scoring. Then we beat Villa 4-0 with Callum Wilson scoring all 4 of them. And had to use penalties to scrape past, keep clicking on the game, get past Blackburn, and Callum Wilson scoring all the goals. Top scorer in the Premier League on 5, which is great. He's already got a third of what he got last year in 2 games. So good stuff, Callum Wilson. Staff-wise, I have put in one staff person, and it is my old buddy, Andrea Sharvin, who I reckon is one of the best assistant managers in the game. He's head of youth development at Zenit St. Petersburg. If you want him, it usually takes about a year or 2 to get in, but people management 18 and judging player ability 19. He is a good assistant manager, and his coaching stats are through the roof too. I like him. Use him for a few other saves. He does a good job. Tactics wise, there have been some tweaks in the Kraloff's Revenge here. One of these guys has dropped back to support. Superkeeper for Lloris. We've got a box-to-box midfielder, and we're going to import a shadow striker and a couple of other tweaks here and there. Hopefully they'll work. Players wise, I'm only going to put in Hugo Lloris. I mean, the only other goalkeeper, we've actually got 2 now, is Carl Darlow, so he's not going to play anyway. But other than that, I'm happy to kind of see who Andre Sharvin will put in there anyway. So, which will be interesting to see. Now, I'm hoping this season is Cup and European football. It's got to be top half, otherwise I'm getting sacked. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can do a lot better than last year and get through it. Anyway, I'll see you at the end of the year. Hopefully, I'm not sacked, and hopefully, we have European football. Hey. All right, nice. 3rd in the league. That's what I'm talking about. Champions League football, well off the pace of the top 2 though. Pretty tight actually. Point ahead of Arsenal. 4 ahead of Chelsea, and 4 ahead of Brighton. Wow. The Cup's just terrible again. How bad are we in the FA Cup? Like, where are we? Here we are. Competitions. FA Cup. Third round every single time. Wow. God, that's almost Newcastle in real life, isn't it? Let's have a quick look at the schedule here. Won't take anything out. There's no point. Not too bad. The good start here, which we saw. Then we went on a pretty good run in September, just losing to Wolves at the end there. 6-3 against West Ham. Wow. Patchy October. Should be beating West Brom, which we then did beat 6-1 later on in November. Beating Man City as well. Drawing with Liverpool, that's good. Beating my beloved Leeds 5-2, that's a shame. Losing to Brighton. Lost Watford, Leicester, good wins. Yeah, losing to Brentford, shouldn't do that. Beating Chelsea, though, good. Drawing with Manchester United. That was Sunderland in the Cup. Villa, pretty good run here. Yep, beating Man City. We beat Man City twice. Good run in there, April, and then losing the last 2 games of the season. That's pretty disappointing, actually. But yeah, I mean, qualifying for Champions League football is excellent. Finances, obviously, we just got endless cash, which is great. Transfers wise, Felipe and Jamal Lascelles are leaving. That's fine. He's 30 and he wasn't playing, and 35, so that's all right. No one really got bought in January. I mean, there was a few players come in. Imari Samuels here, another average young player. Brad Young, another average young player. I mean, don't be horrible to these actual people. It's just, I mean, he just cannot pick a good youth player, can he? He cannot. Sean Harding, Director of Football, cannot pick a good youth player. Anyway, players out. Carl Darlow actually left to go to Tottenham, and that left us without a goalkeeper. Very strange there. He's on loan, so he'll be coming back. And Arturo Vidal, after 6 months in Newcastle, he left to go to Internacional for 725 after 5 games. It's an interesting one. He obviously wasn't getting that much game time. let's have a quick look here. We've got the season review even, since it's the end of the season. Signings in, A-. Yeah, Tin was good. Yeah, 12 good. That's not so bad. Martinez, centre back, average, not too bad. Anyway, B- on that, D and a C- on the cup. We're pretty good. Callum Wilson, 25 goals again. So I wonder how long we can keep going with him scoring those goals up front. No competition awards. Clean sheets in season, Hugo Lloris. Once again, I think we probably need a new goalkeeper this season. Looking at the squad and how they performed. I mean, Hugo Lloris is good, but we know he's 37 at this point in time. Jean Montinho as well, 37. I mean, Callum Wilson's 32. How long can he keep these stats? It's still quick as well. 26 goals, 12 for Peter Oyinka there, and Sir Maximum with 8 assists-wise, 13, and Jacob Murphy's not here, 12 for James Ward-Prowse. So looking pretty good. There's a couple of players here wanting to leave. Like Gale's retiring, interesting. Whenever any player kicks up a fuss, by the way, I just say, speaks to direct football, he comes back and goes, yeah, I'm going to sell them. It's just every single time. What do the board want? They want qualify for the Europa League and first round knockout of the Champions League. Oh, they're pretty demanding. Anyway, I'm going to go away, see what my director of football rustles up in the off-season. I'm hoping goalkeeper and striker. He'll probably go and sign 4 right backs or something. We'll find out. Well, what little faith I had in my director of football is gone. It has been a very disappointing transfer window. Let's just go and look at it. So last year we bought in Matvey Savinov, goalkeeper. We were in for Nana. It fell through. We got this guy. Fine. Happy with that. We needed a new goalkeeper. Lloris is probably a bit too old. That was it in that side of the window. And then we spent 125 million. Ibrahim Yildirim is a young youth player from Chelsea. 5.5, rising to just under 10. One of the better ones he's picked, but 18 years old. So, yeah, okay. Joe Duffy, another free one. Not going to amount to much. This is where all of our transfers went. And Fabian from Napoli, central midfielder. He's pretty decent, 28 years old. Yep, happy with that one. Not bad, not bad. And Sionchu from Leicester, 54 million. Once again, a decent signing. Not too bad there. Happy with him. The main problem is we didn't get a striker in. These 3 here are once again 3 youth players who just not really that good, unfortunately, which is a shame. Players out. We all knew about those ones. 220k, really. It was no one. A lot of loans, a lot of frees. Nothing really to write home about there. We have played a couple of games so far, and we actually have done pretty good. We have a very tough Champions League group: PSG, Lazio, and Shakhtar. I think we'd be lucky to get out of that, to be honest. But we have played 3 games so far in the Premier League and have won all 3. We beat Watford 4-1, Norwich 4-1, and beat Man City 2-1 as well, which is very, very good. They sit down at 14th, only 1 win so far. So not a too bad a start to the season. As you can see, we won all our friendlies and we've won them as well. Looking pretty good. Tactics-wise, it's still the Carlos French with a slight few changes to it. Fabian is now a central midfielder. And I think shadow striker as well. I can't remember if that was a tactical made before, but that's the main one there. So, yeah, striker-wise, Callum Wilson has not played a game as of yet. His injuries, he pulled a calf muscle and was out for 3 weeks, and now he has a hamstring strain, which is going to keep him out for about a month. We haven't even started the season yet. It's not looking good. We've got no one else. We go and have a look here and squad depth, striker. Let's take this off in 3-star minimum. It's Callum Wilson and St. Maximin up front. So a little bit light on there. A little bit light on. Would have really liked a striker, but unfortunately, they didn't get one. Anyway, let's go and simulate the season and find out what happens. Really need to get further in the cups and European football again, because we've only got this year and one more year after this. See you in a bit. And we're back, guys. End of the 4th year and Champions League football secured again. Great stuff. Hey, we got to the 4th round of the FA Cup this time as opposed to the 3rd round. Quarter-final of the Carabao Cup, Southampton. Once again, these are ones we should be winning. Champions League, first knockout round, that's not bad. Let's go and have a look. Group stage, all groups. So we finished second behind PSG. That's not bad. That is not bad. Only losing to PSG and Lazio. So we beat PSG. Nice. And then obviously we went to that first knockout round and we got spanked by Inter. 3-0 and 5-3 by the looks of it. So that's not very good. That's all. Finances got 111 million. Club vision. The board is pretty happy with that. Win a domestic cup by the end of next season. I would like that, because at the moment we're not going to be winning too much. Transfers wise, Carlos Clerc is coming in. Spanish left back. Hopefully he's just a backup. 33 years old. Not much happened in January. We got a host of these young players in who, once again, they just he's not too bad. James Stafford, he looked all right first glance. Don't rate him very well. I don't think he's too bad, but what do I know, eh? Yeah. Players out once again, some loans, etc. No, nothing really to write home about in the January transfer window. Don't do a lot of transfers though. I haven't really done any in there. Let's go and have a look at the schedule and let's filter out all the competitions and start with the Premier League. So obviously we saw that start. Then we lost to Liverpool, fair enough. Tottenham, Palace, Wolves, great run of form here. And then we hit December. And it took until the last day of December to beat Norwich. That's disappointing. 3 games without scoring. I bet you we had no Callum Wilson for those games. Doesn't look like it. Came in January, and then that was pretty good. Only lost to Crystal Palace. Solid February, a disappointing March, and then a great charge at the end of season. It's very patchy there. Let's have a look at the FA Cup. Everton, to replay and then bust it out to Fulham. EFL Cup, Portsmouth beat Man United, and then go and lose to Southampton. That's disappointing. Champions League, like we said, yeah, and then we get absolutely stomped. So let's just actually go and have a look how we tracked in the Premier League over the course. So wow, we were looking pretty good. Obviously, that's where we left. We dropped off, came back up, looking good, and then this would have probably been that's December. Yeah, we had that really shocking December, and then we kind of petered out, dropped up a bit. That poor December, if we kept that up, we could have been finishing in the top 2, unfortunately. Quick look at season review. Signings, Sionchu, Savonov, and Fabian. Fabian was pretty ordinary. Goalkeeper was a bit average too. Board giving me a B-. Callum Wilson got 20 goals as well, which is good. A C in that, a D in the FA Cup. We literally get a D in the FA Cup every single year. Finances, obviously through the roof. How we lined up, a bit like that. It's Callum Wilson all the way. Callum Wilson, he has been the Elliot Anderson Young Player of the Season. How much did he play? So curiosity. He played a fair few games. Not too bad. Not too bad. He's actually our only homegrown player as well, which is why I registered him at the beginning of the season. So there it is. That's the end of it. What do the board want next year? They want to win a domestic cup, qualify for the Europa League. I think we can do that. We're going to go away. We're going to do the off-season. Hopefully my director of football, that's what he's called, totally forgot what that brings in. I mean, we need another striker. We need another striker. Let's have a look at Callum Wilson. He did score 20 goals, but his injuries, there we go, look at that. 4 weeks. Okay, he only got a gashed upper leg and then the calf strain at the moment. So it wasn't too injury hit, but Anyway, we'll see what the transfer window, our last transfer window, brings us. Hopefully something good. Do you know what? I'm so glad this is the final year because I am getting so frustrated with my director of football. You can see here the club have given me a D for transfers. It's not me doing it, remember? Anyway, finances wise, obviously we're still all good for finances. We spent most of the transfer budget. I say we, Sean Harding, and it's actually going down. But Club Vision, we'll just check that out quickly. They want us to top half, win a domestic cup, and Champions League first knockout round. So good stuff there. Transfers wise, it has been pretty quiet, to be honest. We spent Christian Romero here from Atlanta at the sort of before the season ticks over. Fine, centre back, good quality, 27. Yep, happy with that one. Did anyone leave? No, just a couple of free transfers. Maybe Longstaff as well, just pointing out, has literally just spent this whole save on loan at Burnley. He just goes on loan to Burnley and does pretty well. Just a little side note there. Other transfers that came in, Sandro Ruiz. Now, Sean Harding has actually picked a young player who is decent. Check out this goalkeeper. I mean, he's pretty good already. So he's actually better than Safanov already. And he's come in as a backup. He's already played 3 games, conceded 3. So not too bad. He'll probably start because I'm just going to leave the whole pick straight up to the assistant manager, Carlos Clerc. He's come in. You knew about him. He's coming free. Luis Alberto, once again, good signing, good player. Probably a little bit on the old side at 32, but just to bolster up that midfield. I still don't get a striker, unfortunately, which is a shame. Tempted to go strikerless at this point, and then Christian Ostergaard is a young Danish midfielder who isn't that good. Players out, just a lot of loans, really. Matty Longstaff, obviously, again. Just loan players. That's pretty much it there. Schedule-wise, lost to PSG. I don't know how we lost this one. And then we did some good wins. We did some good wins and some good football. And we lost against Espanyol. Started the season great. Beat Crystal Palace 2-1. Smashed Wolves 5-0. And then lost to West Ham. Have a look at this game, though. Have a look at this. He says as he clicks. Have a look at here. This XG. Look how many shots we had. My laptop's just in the way. We had 12 shots on target. 2.79 XG. They had 2 shots on target and scored with both of them. One was a penalty. That was not a good game for young goalkeeper Sandro Ruiz. And they had Issa Diop sent off. Sometimes football and Football Manager is just cruel. Champions League Group H, it is a tough group. We've got Juventus, Ajax, Marseille, and us. So I don't think we'll be getting out of that group somehow. Europa League, maybe even last in that group. So I'm going to go off tactics-wise. We're still playing this. I haven't tweaked it at all. I'm not going to put anyone in. But I still can't believe we don't have a striker. We just do not have a striker to back up Callum Wilson. You have a look at our You have a look at our squad depth here as well. Maximan is our best striker. Which is not good. That's not good. We're good in defence. Good. Happy with defence. He loves signing a defender and a midfielder. But up front, old Sean Harding, he has decided that it is, no, we're good with Callum Wilson. Anyway, guys, I'm going to simulate last season. Hopefully we can win that domestic cup. Fingers crossed. I'll see you in a sec. Well, all I can say is quarterfinals and Liverpool. Carabao Cup quarterfinal, Brentford, FA Cup quarterfinal, Liverpool, and Champions League quarterfinal by Liverpool. 7th in the Premier League. It's not great. It is European football by the skin of our teeth. Could have got Europa League, I guess, if we had one more point, but we didn't. It's disappointing. I guess the main thing is, I don't think anyone came in January. Excuse me. Alvaro Fernandez, they brought in a goalkeeper, so that was good. They must have sold. Yeah, Safanov went for 10. made a loss on him. But why would you bring in Alvaro Fernandez? That young goalkeeper that we had, he was good enough, and he played awful. So a striker, that's what's killed us is not having a striker. Let's go have a look at the competitions. Premier League, we'll start with that. Losing to Arsenal, yep. They're fine. These probably should be beating Leeds. Great run of form here, including a draw against Man City. West Ham, Brentford, we should be winning that. Good run here. Beating Manchester United, but beating Manchester United 6-2, but then losing to West Brom. Oops. That's just inconsistent, and then losing to Chelsea, beating Leicester during Leeds, and then this shocking April. Bournemouth, Brighton, and losses to Tottenham, a draw to Liverpool. Really disappointing. And then actually, you look at those last 8 games, we picked up 1 win. We should have beaten Middlesbrough, and we should have probably beaten Villa as well. So that's where we're losing, dropping all those points. We do sit about mid-table because of that kind of up and down sort of patchy form, I guess. Let's have a look at FA Cup, Bradford City, Leyton Orient, Aston Villa, and then losing to Liverpool. We know that. Aston Villa, Peterborough, and then losing to Brentford. And Champions League in our group. Our group was really tough, actually. And we actually, by the looks of it, topped the group. Yeah, we topped the group. Wow. That is a tough group. To top that group is pretty amazing. Then beating Leipzig and then going out in the quarterfinals to Liverpool is pretty demoralising. Stats-wise, this is the problem here. 15 goals for Callum Wilson. It's not enough. Ivan Jamie, 10. Maximum 9. Luis Alberto, 9. Assists-wise, 17 for James Ward-Prowse. How did, where's that young goalkeeper? Sandro Ruiz. See, 33 games, 7.13. We should have continued to play this guy. He is 100 times going to be a bang-on top goalkeeper, I think. Anyway, what do I know? What else was I going to have a look at? Yeah, that's what I was going to have a look at. No, I wasn't going to do that. Always do that. Premier League. Having a look here, let's just expand this. We did score 70 goals, actually. That's not that bad, 4th in the Premier League. So maybe I was a bit harsh there. Against-wise, yeah. I mean, it's just some drop points. I mean, you look at all those games that I spoke about, dropping points, you add them on there. And to be honest, 79 points to win the title. I didn't notice that. That is actually incredibly low. So that was probably a good chance to win that title. I mean, if we, all right, let's do some math here. Let's do some math here. No, I don't want no competition. Oh my god. From Premier League, let's have a look here. Okay, okay. All right, we should beat Leeds because we'll say we're at home, so that's 3 points there. We'll take all of his results. I'm being a bit cheeky here. West Ham. All right, we'll call that a draw because where did West Ham finish? 4th, so they're pretty good. All right, no, we'll call that a loss. Brentford, I'm pretty sure they were pretty ordinary, weren't they? 8th. Oh, they're not too bad, but was that the FA Cup game? No, it's Premier League, and we should win that. So that's 6 points. West Brom, we should definitely win that. That's 9 points. Chelsea, I'll take that. Leeds, okay, you know, it's at Elland Road. Yep. Bournemouth, are Brighton any good? Do I even click on them? Brighton. 16th, not very good. Bournemouth, it's already up to 6 points, 18th. So realistically, that's, let's say 6 points, 9 points. Oh my god. I think 6. We're on 6 points. 6. So this should be 9, 12. So you look at this, we're already adding 12 points. Aston Villa 15. That should be a win. All right, it's away from home. We'll leave it as a draw. It's 15 points. We'll leave that. And then we should be beating Middlesbrough. So that's 18 points. If you add 18 points onto us, it's another 6 wins. That gives us, my maths, 73 plus 8 is 81 points. And we win the league. That was a chance to win the league that year. I didn't notice it before, but only being 16 points off of Manchester United, who won the league, is pretty tight. How did they go? They were God, how would you feel being? I suppose that it changed quite a bit, that first spot, didn't it? Arsenal really threw it away, didn't they? Anyway, yep, I think a striker would have been, I think, a better striker. I mean, Callum Wilson is good, as we've discovered having a look at his stats. He is injury prone. We know that. 3 to 4 months. So yeah, that kind of curtailed him there. But only 11 goals this year. You can see his numbers dropping off. His first season was amazing, but the director of football just didn't sign anyone to replace him, essentially. He's 34, and we're still pinning our hopes on him as our number one striker. Disappointing. But anyway, there we are, done. Newcastle, 5 years with an awful director of football. It probably wasn't too bad, I guess. It probably should have been a lot better with the amount of money they had. If we had maybe had a better director of football, if I was doing them, maybe there was a few more trophies in there. But anyway, that wraps up this one, guys. Like I said, if you're not subscribed to the channel, if you could, that would be awesome. Hit that like button and let me know in the comments if there's any other rebuilds you would like to see, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.